Okay, Tilly Peeps. Today we got a different type of video for you guys today. It's a psychology-based video. But before we start, I got a new pipe, some housekeeping. We got a W.O. Larson Zulu from the 60s. Pretty decent pipe so far. I was doing some reading or audio book listening from a pipe book that I was interested in, and the author frequently mentions Danish pipes, and I was able to find this for pretty cheap. It burns quite hot, so it makes me slow down my cadence, which is kind of like a perfect Virginia pipe. Having some Elizabethan mixture, pretty good. Makes it definitely more just slowing down my cadence makes it taste a lot better. But anyway, the main focus of the video is mental freedom. So I was watching an interview with an acquaintance of mine. He's a psychology professor, and he's talking about change and freedom, and he gives this story, so I'll reiterate the story. So he went to a juvie center where there was two gang members that was always disturbing group therapy. So there was a kid named John and a kid named Carlos, and Carlos was always flashing gang signs at John and getting them all riled up. I'll kick your ass, blah blah blah. So Fred goes in there and he sees them bickering and stuff, and he says, "Carlos, let me play a game with you. Give me the finger." So Carlos was like, "Oh, I don't know, I'll get in trouble." He's like, "No, do it." So he, flips on the bird, and Fred is unfazed. Okay, so he's like, "Okay, well, insult my mom." Carlos says, like, "You're ugly," and a whole bunch of your mom's ugly and all this other stuff. Fred's still unfazed, and he looks over at John and says, "See, I have mental freedom. I'm not letting it get to me. I'm not letting him control my mind," and stuff like that. And after that, he asked John, "Do you think you can keep your mental freedom for the rest of the group and not let Carlos get to you?" And he said, "Sure." And from then on, group therapy went on without a hitch. So the moral of the story is, don't let people get your goat. It disrupts your thinking of things you actually want to talk about, and lets your anxiety and your anger and your impulsivity take over. So if you got a neighbor or a coworker or something that always gets your goat, don't let them get your goat. Be a free person. Control your own thoughts and feelings. And sometimes it's hard to do that, depending on what people say, but you're only letting them win by having them push your buttons. So that's my little soapbox. It was just an interesting little interview I watched with him, so tell me what you think in the comments. Anyway, be sure to be commenting, liking, subscribing, all the things. Hit that like button. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.